This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 725 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for July 29th, 2026. Hey everyone, it is me, Lee. I am here with the full gang from the very beginning. I am here with Tracy, Michelle, and Chris.
Actually, I'm not here, so...
What up, what up?
We did have an episode planned for this week. It hasn't happened. Hopefully, it's still going to happen. There's a big thing going on behind the scenes. I think we mentioned... Did we mention it on last week's show where
I
Michelle's...
have no idea. It's been a long time.
Going tomorrow as of this episode coming out. And we're not going to mention it now because we will keep that a secret. So anyway, that episode will hopefully... It's still being planned. Hopefully that will happen in a few weeks. But for right now, we had an interim episode, but we've still got plenty more. So we're going to tackle some more of the Producers Club at Universal Orlando. Hot takes and unpopular opinions.
Woo!
And I still think this is the first time we've done one of these, all four of us together.
I agree.
Because
Yes.
I've always wanted all four of us on, and I think this is actually the first time. So I'm going to start with Chris. Chris, pick me a number between 1 and 14, sir.
Let's do 13.
Number 13 comes from David Fuller. He's only got one. He says, Universal's great movie escape is a must-do. Going in knowing this is not a traditional escape room will make all the difference. The rooms dedicated to Back to the Future are like walking into an immersive movie set, and newly recorded and added content from Christopher Lloyd made just for this experience make this a one-of-a-kind experience. We were a party of 4, placed with a party of 2, and really enjoyed meeting like-minded Back to the Future fans and working with them to resolve the rooms. The current price of $39.99 per person, there is also an annual pass added discount, makes this a must-do experience at Universal Orlando. Well, I will say right now that Tracy and I have gone about 4 times since this opened, and we have not done it, therefore it is not a must-do.
No. Unless it's the old fashions, and they are a must-do.
Wait, you've never done it? You've done it?
No.
We haven't.
We haven't.
You're the
done it
only
either.
one
You
that's
haven't?
done it, Chris.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. This is a hard one. Because I kind of agree with you. It's not a... Like, we did it, and I don't ever see me doing it again.
It was because of you guys that I took it off the list.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially like considering how much it is. So we've had this conversation. It's like RIP to us when we talk about how expensive they are. And they're like, oh my God, it's like $700 each. And it's like $700 is a lot. But for us, it's not. It's like, Chris, you're the same. It's not $700.
I think it's not a lot.
It's $1,400.
Yes.
So even something like this it's not $40, it's $80. And $80 is a lot of money. It's the same reason why we haven't done the Hollywood Drive-In mini golf for 10 years.
Even though we really want to.
Because it's expensive. It's like $50 a person. So $100, or maybe not $50. It's probably about the same. $30-$60 to have a round of mini golf is like, that's a lot of money. And I love
That's
the
crazy.
mini golf.
That it's the same price as the
what?
escape room.
Yeah.
$60 for golf?
For 2 of us.
But you do get a discount if you do both
Oh.
sides.
Yeah, it's expensive. And so for something, the fact that I won't stump up to do that for something that I actually genuinely do love and enjoy doing, that I haven't done this because, and I think also it's like if there was just the 2 of us getting chucked in with 2, 4 or 6 other randos would kind of annoy me.
Yeah. No, I mean, there are things they could have done to make it better. I think getting pushed into the next room within a certain time just kind of takes away from the experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an escape room. It's more of just an experience of said IP. I think if you're a diehard, Back to the Future fan, that you just anything Back to the Future, then they're going to fork over the money and do it. I would love to know what their current sales are, because like we've talked about it before, like the times we've been in there, even closer to its opening, just to go in and grab a drink at what I think is one of the best bars on property. That
It's
is no
also
longer
not there anymore.
Yeah, that it's travesty.
It was, yeah,
But,
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, and it was a great hangout spot.
Yeah.
Really was.
But even when, you guys have been in there, like there were not a lot of people coming out.
I think
of those
we
rooms.
spent 2 hours in that bar for Tracy's birthday /graduation
Awesome.
thing, and I don't think we saw more than 4 people come through that place.
Yeah. and you should be seeing somebody. I think it's every 5 minutes you have in a room.
Wow.
Or 10 minutes.
Wow.
So like, yeah, because when we did it the first time, when we did the experience, did the recording, we were sitting near one of the exits.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to it. Maybe every 10 minutes,
Yeah.
you hear people applauding, coming out. And the time we sat there and had a drink for like an hour, I didn't see anybody come out, which is crazy.
And I love an escape room.
Yeah.
That's not really an escape room.
No, and I think that's
Yeah,
the problem, isn't it? We've talked about it ad nauseum on the podcast at this point, that they kind of mismarketed a little bit.
Yeah, it's just an experience. It's not an escape room.
I mean, we were in Orlando the day the tickets went on sale, because I was like, oh, it's opening while we're here, and I probably would have gone if it have opened while we'd have been there. I'd have probably gone, like not having any sort of idea what it is. But then, you listen to you guys review both of them, and again, thanks to Universal for sort of giving us tickets for you guys to go and check that out. But
yeah,
having listened to reviews, and it's like, I don't know, like $60, $80 or whatever is a lot of money to put, and I'm not a huge fan of either franchise, not enough that I would pay that money to go through something like that. Like if they did a sort of Horror Nights themed one, hell yeah, I'd go through it every time. But
it's even crazy to me that it's still open.
Michelle, what was the reason for you not doing it?
The same thing. I'm not like a diehard enough fan of those IPs to drop the money on it when it's not an escape room. If it was a legit escape room, I would 100% do it because I love escape rooms. But I did the Stranger Things experience in Atlanta that was more of this type of setup. And it wasn't, I mean, it was fine because I'm a Stranger Things fanatic.
Yeah.
But I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big enough fan of those two IPs to just have an experience. I don't know. It's just not the same thing. So not interested.
Honestly, like where it's at right now, I feel like they should turn it into an escape room, right? You pay this ticket price and you have an hour, go at it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get to the next room, you don't get to the next room. Like make it a real escape, because they don't have the crowds to support the need of, pushing to the next room.
Yeah.
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 No, but they would, if it was a legit escape room, it would get people because escape rooms stay pretty booked around Orlando.
It does, but we've talked about it before, isn't it? Before it opened, we discussed quite heavily of how do you make an escape room at somewhere like Universal that is accessible for people who don't normally do escape rooms, but also a challenge for people who do. And I think that's why
does it have to be accessible for people that don't do them? Why can't it just cater to the crowd of people that do them?
Because you want it, because it's a theme park with people, families, and all the rest of it. It has to be accessible to everybody.
So you have difficulty levels.
There's bars there at City Walk that aren't accessible to children and people who don't drink. How is it any different?
Because you need the throughput on this to make it worthwhile. And if you had an escape room that like the families come through and go, oh, we can't do it, you lose a lot, I think.
I think there are enough locals that come and visit City Walk just to have dinner or go get drinks or whatever go to the club that they would pop in and do an escape room just like they would somewhere else locally. But who knows? They
wouldn't do it again, right?
Yeah.
Because like escape rooms, you're going to go to that.
Yeah.
You're going to go drive to an escape room, whereas Universal, they're going to just feed off of the crowds that they get. And I need to make it accessible to everybody, even this family that has a 6-year-old that doesn't know what the hell's going on, but it has to be something that at least is entertaining to him by seeing a dinosaur pop out the window or something like that. If you made it purely escape room, I think it would be better. I think an escape room would be better. And again, that's why I mentioned earlier, at this point, make it a true escape room because you're losing money anyways. And maybe you'll draw a new crowd in there that will, make that a destination escape room they want to go to.
So you could have family ones where there was like, the actual challenges are for the adults, but there's little things that kids have to do, like put together a puzzle or something like that. So the kids feel involved, but it's not really taxing for them.
Well, most escape room places have, several different options that are different levels. So I don't know. Anyway, we're on the rail, but it's a really long time on the rail for an experience that is really definitely a hot take because it is not on my radar at all to do.
No, right. I'm going to drop in with an addendum from last week because the Fuel Girls have just announced, so we're recording this On the 20th of July, the Fuel Girls have just announced the wait is over. A new era of Nightmare Fuel is about to ignite. Blood Noir, and we're so excited to be stepping back into the fire for a new unforgettable season. So the Fuel Girls are part of it this year.
But they announced they were touring during October.
They announced that they weren't going to be on it this year.
We can't wait to share what's ahead, but for now, here's a Fog Time capsule. An interesting fact that the Fudge Factor were part of the announcement.
Oh, that's cool.
We've got celebrities in our network midst, yeah. I did know that actually. Ben told me yesterday.
I mean, not wanting to say it, but they are kind of like Fuel Girl stalkers.
They are very much. Yeah, interesting. Because anyway, yeah. So
okay.
we did say on the show last week that they weren't part of it, but yeah, they are.
Well, that's down to them what they announced. So
interesting.
We'll get yelled at for a week until this addendum comes out.
Yeah.
Of course.
Michelle, pick me a number 1 to 14, excluding number 13.
4.
Number 4 is from Robert Zellman. Universal Orlando Resort should not have added Express Pass. This is interesting because these hot takes were sent in about a year ago, right?
Oh.
So he says Universal Orlando Resort should not have added Express Pass to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The standby line was one of, if not the longest waits consistently in the entire resort. Now with Express Pass, the standby line is even longer. After my last visit this past August 2025 and multiple attempts to try and ride Hagrid's, I didn't even get one ride on Hagrid's in a week at Universal. I feel like Express might be necessary when it shouldn't be necessary to buy Express. Universal is basically telling visitors buy Express Pass, especially with them testing single ride or one-time use Express Pass. Thanks for letting me get this rant, hot take, unpopular opinion off my chest. I think that is a very valid opinion, and so do Universal, apparently.
Yes. And even if we'd had that before the announcement, absolutely would have agreed with you 100%.
So the hot take is
that they shouldn't have added Express to it in the first place. I think that's valid. I said at the time they shouldn't have done, and the fact they've taken away tells me they know they made a mistake.
Well, I enjoyed it a few times while I could.
What about Hagrid's?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
The only interesting thing now is to see whether they add Express now to it, and I feel like they will.
Surely they are. I mean, I don't see any other reason to remove it.
Yes, they will. And don't call me Shirley.
Although it has been noted by many, many people that the standby line for Hagrid's has decreased in time since they got rid of Express.
Because it's not stop-start. It's not
just
rocket
a constant,
science.
Yeah. There you go.
Huh?
You're right. I will let you rant because I like a rant, and you're right. We all agree with you.
Yes, we do. I wish to go to South Korea.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Tracy, 1 to 14, excluding...
It's got to be number 7. BTS.
Number 7. So this comes from our good friend, Mr. Turner Gray. He says, Hi gang, Ryan and I have a few hot takes to submit. So these ones are specifically Turner. Horror Makeup Show is the best show on property.
That's supposed to be a hot take?
Is it the best show on property?
Can we define shows?
Yeah.
You said this was a year ago, so was this before Epic?
No, because Robert said his last trip was August 2025, so no, Epic will have been open.
Okay.
Interesting. Because I can't disagree, but I'm not sure I can agree if that makes any sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
It's a real tough one.
I feel the same way because I love the shows at Epic. I love the How to Train Your Dragon, the Untrainable Dragon, and I love the Stark Arcanu. However,
it's quantifying it, isn't it? Because they're all very different.
I've had a hard time getting into the Stark Arcanu on my last couple of times going. I've only seen it the one time
because it's a very different show from everything else on property, I think.
Well, and I've shown up too late to get into the line. They've cut the line off. So but with horror makeup show, like I know I can always get into that show, and I had to go and watch it every single time I was at Universal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Tracy. Like, ooh,
It's again,
Which makes it a hot take, then.
I wouldn't disagree, and I wouldn't agree.
Because I would be devastated to
Right?
miss it. But there are other shows, because it's not as technically wowing as like Born and
Yeah, I was gonna say
Untrainable
Born. Yeah,
and
we're-
stuff. You know, it's
no, I would see
It's
horror
special.
makeup over Born any day.
Really? See, I don't know. I love the pair of them. Like Born, I would. It's difficult for me because I'd go and watch the horror makeup show multiple times because we know quite a few of the cast. But I would go and see Born multiple times a trip because
Same.
every time
I would
it
go and
blows
see
me
all
away.
of the shows multiple times. I would love to do a day of shows.
Pretend you're a regular guest and you don't know 98% of the cast in horror makeup. So now you're just going to see the show.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I still love the show, but I'm a horror fan, and I love the comedic aspect and the live acting.
Yeah, the fact that it's a different show every time you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also it's throwback humor as well.
I think going off what Chris has just said, if I was just a regular guest, not host of this podcast, knowing all the things that I know, I would probably say Born is the best show on property.
Really?
I love Born. I think it's phenomenal. It's just a technical marvel. It's just everything about. I think people don't realize how much of a technically advanced show that actually is, and it is mind blowing.
No, I know it's a very technologically
I'm
advanced
saying the
show, and I
average
think it's
person.
amazing. Yeah.
It's
But
certainly
I really love
controversial.
Jumped
HHN.
us
I mean, I
here.
really, really love horror makeup.
Me too. Like we see it multiple times a trip. Like 3. I'm talking if we're at a loose end and all the lines are like, what time's the next horror makeup on? Oh, well, let's go and see that.
If we're walking past and it's like 2 or 3 minutes to showtime, we're in.
Yeah.
I think there was a time that Krista and I probably saw it 3 times in one day.
Wow.
Wow.
I've never done that.
I think we've done twice, haven't we?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow. Michelle is the real super fan here.
And that was, so I loved the show even before I was a super HHN fan too. So I don't know. Maybe it is nostalgia.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great show. It's hard to compare it because like when you try to do like a ranking, like if we were going to go and give a score to everything like we do to rides.
Well,
Like,
which we
it
will,
would
Chris. It's coming.
Oh, it is coming?
It
it's
is
not
now.
going to be ranked up there.
Yeah.
And look at what has happened to the rides we've done.
Hang on, though. So the argument at this point is the horror makeup. So the question, what they're rating...
What's the hot take? Yes.
No. What they're saying as the horror makeup show being the best show on property doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, I was just about to say that's a bit of a moot point.
So we don't know what the horror makeup's going to be when it comes back. So this iteration of it might be a hot take. It might come back and it might far exceed everything else. It might come back and go, actually, I prefer the old one. So
I don't know. I'm excited about it because if the people who have been there for decades say that it's going to be amazing, I trust them.
I do too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If they were unhappy, then I would be unhappy.
I don't know whether it's a hot take or an unpopular opinion, but it's definitely a debatable one.
I think it's a warm take.
I think it's a hot take because again, look how
Gosh,
much Tracy, you said it. You can't agree or disagree with
Yeah.
that. Like that's the definition of a hot take, right?
Yeah.
Because like we all agree we love horror makeup, but on paper, other shows are better.
Oh, I've just seen one of Ryan's there, and it's the opposite of this question. That's going to be interesting.
Cheating.
Turner's next one is Rip Rocket is a better coaster than the Hulk, and they shouldn't have removed it.
I can't ride Hulk. I mean, I can ride Hulk. I choose not to because I don't want to have a headache for the rest of the day, concussion, and a sore neck.
I loved Rip Ride Rocket. I like the
Same.
Hulk. I can't ride it as much as I used to. It's a once a ride trip now for me.
Rip Ride, once I was up and over the lift hill, I was absolutely fine. But that lift hill,
Yes.
hated it.
Oh my
Where
god!
did
That
I
is
love
the thing that would stop me from
No.
wanting to ride
Yeah.
it.
Why?
And
I don't get it.
I agree with this hot take. I think Rip Ride is a better ride.
Yes.
Then the Hulk. The Hulk, like you said, like your head's gonna get banged up. I don't know how they haven't fixed that, but Rip Ride itself is a much better ride. But yeah, that lift hill just would keep me off from riding
the best
that ride.
bit.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's not the best
That is
bit.
what literally kept me from riding that ride.
So like comparing those two, of course, I would ride Rip Ride Rocket all day long over the Hulk. But that's more because I could ride it multiple times.
If they would have put the launch from Hulk onto Rip Ride Rocket, golden.
Amazing.
can you imagine how rough that would be getting launched straight up and then go straight down?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not
That would
straight
be
up.
awesome.
Instead of the straight up,
Blink
then
people
again,
out of the
straight
ride.
out of the tunnel. No, launching us out of the tunnel, not up.
I was going to say, but I think Chris has just described Velocicoaster's top hat there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. And his final one is Aventura
Uh-huh.
is the best non-premier hotel.
False.
But
No.
it's better than Royal Pacific.
No.
Having not stayed there, can't really
We've visited.
comment.
Wow.
We've visited, but haven't stayed there. Yes, we will stay there at some point, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to stay here.
Now,
So-
Have you stayed at a newer hospital? That
No.
sterile feeling, that's what you're going to get when you go to Aventura.
Michelle, remind me, Sapphire
Yeah.
Falls is classed as a premier hotel, yes?
No.
It's in
no.
the signature collection. It's on the same level as Royal Pacific.
I think he was referring
not a
to maybe
premier.
I feel like he meant express pass hotels.
No, he says non-premier hotel and then adds in, but it's better than Royal Pacific. So he's classing Royal Pacific as it. And Sapphire Falls is on the same level as Royal Pacific.
That can't be. That's
Michelle, you're the
That makes
travel
sense.
agent. Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, Portofino are all signature. And Sapphire
Royal
Falls are all...
Pacific and Sapphire are on the same tier together, but
Oh.
Royal Pacific does offer express and Sapphire does not.
But it's on the same level. So he's saying Aventura is the best non-premier hotel. I mean, they're not called premier anymore, but... So I don't know
He's
whether...
probably referring to the top to the OG 3 premieres.
that should be what they call them.
Well,
the
then
OG3.
if that's the argument, then hell no, it's not, because Sapphire Falls is the best of all of those.
Agreed.
I wouldn't
for sure.
say that it was better than RP.
Yeah, I think that is a hot take, because I
It
do
is a hot take.
I do want to stay at Aventura because we slagged it off to high hell when we did our reviews of it, and then visited during that weekend and went, actually, it's pretty cool. I don't mind it.
It is cool, but
I think the expectations are so low. They're
yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
I mean,
this
maybe
isn't a prison. Cool.
I'll be quite honest, and now I'm very shocked to discover that I really love Surfside and Dockside.
yeah,
I never expected to love them as
Yeah.
much as I do.
yeah.
You
Like
know.
I really love Surfside.
Yeah,
Like we always stay dockside because obviously that one is the one with the
cheaper
lower
of the two.
price,
Yeah.
and also it sells out less, right? When we stayed, I think not the last trip, but the trip prior, we stayed at Surfside. Can't remember, but having not stayed there for years and always staying at dockside, I told Alexa, I'm like, if we can stay at Surfside, I'd rather stay here than
Yeah.
dockside. Like,
Mhm.
it's,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just feels
yeah.
it's just
it-
much
totally
smaller.
different.
Yeah, it does.
that lobby's much quieter.
We when we came over in December the other year, Kelly was staying at Dockside and she came over to Surfside to have breakfast a few mornings, and then one morning we're like, do you know what? We'll come over to you because we like Dockside. We'll go and have breakfast over there, and you can hear the noise from that lobby as you just like the
It's across
road
the car
leading
park, yeah.
into the podcast share.
The thing is, they both have charms. So if you could like meld them together, you'd end up, for me, with the perfect hotel.
It's one of those things that when we're
Yeah.
looking to stay on property, like realistically, we can't afford. I don't like Cabana Bay. I'm not bothered about Aventura. Sapphire would be that next step for us, and it's too expensive.
It is.
So it's a case of looking at Dockside and Surfside, and it's not like, oh, well, I guess we'll stay there. It's like, oh, I'm more than happy to stay there. You know, it's not like, oh, well, I guess we'll stay there because it's the only one we can afford. It's like, cool, I'll quite happily stay there.
I mean, would I like to be in a suite every time? Yes, I would.
Yeah. But then I feel like Stella Nova, Terra Luna not so much, but they're both kind of the epic equivalent of those two hotels, and I love Stella Nova.
Oh, Stella's, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
as
oh,
much
yeah.
as I liked Surfside and Dockside, though.
Really?
Really?
Really.
Yeah, I think I preferred Step. But again, it could be moulded into the fact that we were there for the media event. So
I would like to stay without all of that to see. At some point.
I think my middle ground is like Cabana.
See, we've stayed at Cabana twice, and it's not our vibe.
I like to visit.
I love it. I love it to death. Like I don't know what it is. Like I like people. Like I like having an environment, and that hotel gives me enough environment that it doesn't feel as overcrowded as Dockside, but it doesn't feel as desolate as Aventura. And also, I love that like not modern retro, but like,
I know what you mean.
What do you call that style? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that era just throws me back to a time where I wasn't even alive, but it throws me back, and it always feels lively in there, and I like that.
Oh, it's cool. But I say it's just I don't know, it's just not quite.
Well, the first time we stayed there,
we had a really crappy room.
Yeah, there was issues with that room as well.
And then last time we were just there for the one night, weren't we?
So we've not got to properly.
I will say that Bayliner Dine is probably the best food court on property.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Also,
yes,
I love their pools there. The Lazy River, love it. Like all that it's just great. Like I like staying there because for me, like Alexa and I will, when we go on vacation, like we don't like to like go crazy on the hotels because then it makes you want to stay at the hotels.
Yes.
Like if we stay at Sapphire. I have a difficult time going to the parks. I don't want to go to the park
because I've spent all this money on a hotel room. I want to stay at this hotel. Yeah.
I will live in that pool all day.
Yeah.
Like it is. Yeah.
Which is why Surfside and Dockside work because
exactly
the price points there. But that wasn't what we were talking about.
That's how I feel about the pool at Portofino.
We deviated so hard.
I know, but it is kind of that's what the whole point of these is sparking a conversation.
But that was definitely a hot take.
I think so, but it depends on whether it's Clashing Sapphire Falls or not in there. I think is the big because I still wouldn't agree with it personally, but yeah.
Well, Tracy, one other thing. What is the number one selling point for Dockside
and Surfside?
The Bubba Tub.
Yeah, I want one next
Hell
time we
yeah.
go. Right, Bubba moving Tub. On to Turner's brother Ryan. Ryan's first one is the Blues Brothers is the worst show on property.
Oh
no!
I think that is a very unpopular hot take opinion.
That's a scorching take.
I would say the Tri-Wizard Spirit Rally is worse than that.
I would agree.
I like the Frog Choir. I know a lot of people don't, but I like that.
I don't mind the Tri-Wizard.
It's certainly by far not the worst. I'm trying to think, because it's a different type of show, isn't it? When you're looking at like Vamos by Lalo and Marilyn and the Diamond Bellas.
I prefer Blues over both of those.
Blues, but I'm trying to think what else there is.
See, Blues, I think, is maybe generational nostalgia as well.
I don't think it needs to be. It's fun because they come out in the crowd and get everyone dancing, and it's like you don't need to know that music or the film.
If you were raised right, you should.
Yes. I think just a core memory is if you just accidentally time it right to where you're walking out of Finnegan's with a drink in your hand, the car pulls up and the sun's set just right where there's a shade. You can just sit there, watch the show, drink your drink. Perfection. Love it.
I haven't ever... I've never actually stood and watched the Blues Brothers show all the way through.
What?
Michelle. But it's changed.
I've only seen it in passing.
There's many times
need to change that.
over the 5 years since Michelle became a host on this podcast that I have questioned her place. Like, what was I thinking? Like, there's an Optimus Prime on top of that ride? Or literally the funniest one was a couple of weeks ago when Chris was like, oh yeah, they need more indoor rides in Epic. And Michelle went, why? And I was like, no. Someone started talking. I went, no, stop. Chris, you need to answer that question. And he's like, you want me to answer that question? Why? And you're like, yes. And you were like, oh, I thought you were... I mean, she was deadly serious. And like, have you been to Epic Universe before? Because if it rains, the whole park closes down.
I've never been to Epic while it's raining, though. So there's that.
Well, you went to the one day in Florida where it didn't rain.
Yeah. It is not, but it is nowhere near the worst show on property.
No, it's one of my favourites, actually.
What is the worst show on property then?
I would say the Tri-Wizard Spirit Rally, to be fair. I find it kind of boring. But then, to be fair, it's a difficult one because there isn't anything. We've never watched the Diamond Bellas.
We've seen it in passing.
We've never really stopped and watched and timed it right for Vamos by Lalo either. We still haven't really caught the Wizarding Band in Place Cachée yet either.
We've got
but I mean, that looks pretty awesome. I don't think I'm going to watch that and go,
was
that was
amazing.
crap. Yeah.
We did catch the tail end and were slightly distracted when my bottle exploded. Literally.
Again, we've never stopped to watch, like we've never timed it right to see the Beat Builders either, but I love that type of performance. So
Beat
yeah,
Builders, fantastic.
I would say the Triwizard Spirit Rally is the worst show on property for me. Sorry, anyone that's part of that. It's not that it's bad. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just feels kind of bland. There's not a lot you can do with, like the Durmstrang bit's pretty cool, but the Beaubaton bit's a bit naff.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Wait, it's like there's not.
But that's exactly what they're like.
Exactly, and it's boring.
I'm not really a big fan of really any of the street shows. I guess street shows aren't my jam.
See, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Vamos by Lalo.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah.
I liked it. It looks great from what I've seen, but I don't like those types of shows where I could end up getting dragged in because I can't dance, and that actually terrifies me. Being dragged into something like that.
You need to get Becky to teach you.
No, I don't, because
she
people like their toes.
Oh yeah, she can dance as well though.
And I really cannot.
Yeah, she is a dancer. Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh,
so I'm not. So even though I'd say that's probably the one I would avoid, that's not because it's a bad show. I don't think there is a bad show.
Tracy, I feel like you'd be the person when they're looking for like, oh, we need somebody to come dance with us over here, and like if Lee were to point at you, like you just rip his head off.
Oh, you know it. The thing is, he wouldn't even have to point because they single me out. They're like cats. They know you're uncomfortable, so they sit in your knee. Yeah.
Michelle, what are your thoughts on the Tale of the Three Brothers and Celestina Warbeck then?
They're not my favorite.
Really?
I mean, I've watched them a couple times especially when I have other people with me who haven't seen that kind of stuff. I don't know. They're just still not my favorite way to spend my time.
Okay. Moving on to Ryan's second one. This one is definitely going to be open for some debate, and I feel like the four of us will probably err on this being a hot take, whereas a lot of people might see it the other way, and that is Ministry of Magic, or Battle of the Ministry, sorry, is better than Monsters Unchained. And I'll go, hell no, hell no, hell no.
Ew!
No. And I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Me
but
too.
No.
Respectfully, sir, you could not be more wronger.
No.
Oof.
Chris is very quiet in the background right now.
No, I'm just thinking because when we first ranked them, I had Ministry of Magic on top, and then I grew a prefrontal cortex, and then Monsters is the right. I don't know. I was just blown away by Ministry of Magic. Like, I still think it is such a unique ride. I know there's a debate about it being
I don't
the same
think
system.
it is. That's the thing.
I think it is. It tricked the hell out of me the first time riding it, and I also love not many rides have that scale of grandness, even when they're using mirrors and stuff.
Yeah,
it has the best animatronic we have ever seen anywhere.
Say every time that the first time you come, that first Death Eater in that big, I was like, holy crap, there's actors in this thing. I say it every time. I feel like I'm flogging a dead, but it did. I genuinely thought it was a person.
And I need a pet, a rumpant now because of that.
Yeah. The other thing too, like when we wrote it and we talked about this, Monsters Unchained was still missing like two different effects.
I don't think it matters.
Again, I was just so blown away by Ministry that I just blew everything else out. But then after rewriting, like Monsters Unchained with everything working properly is such a perfect ride. Like there's nothing to modify on that ride.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. My big issue with Battle of the Ministry, so I was expecting it to be Universal's Rise of the Resistance. And I haven't ridden Rise of the Resistance, but we've watched more than enough ride-throughs of it. So I was expecting it to be the Harry Potter version of Rise of the Resistance. And it's not. Not by a long
stretch.
stretch.
Wanted that same ride vehicle?
Maybe just something on that level where it felt like it was... So you've got like the trackless vehicles and then the drop, the drop in it, and it's like just Rise of the Resistance doesn't do anything new. it just takes a number of different elements. It's like Spider-Man with a bit of Tower of Terror, with a bit of Forbidden Journey, whatever, all mixed together. And I expected Battle of the Ministry to be that ride, and it's not. But the fact that the finale of that ride is probably the worst bit of it as well kind of leaves you with a bad... Yeah, the projections on those faces are horrendous. Horrendous.
It's like they ran out of money and just had to slap something together.
So you come out of that final scene going, oh God, that looked rough. And that's what you remember.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so, but I remember riding Monsters the first time, and friends of ours, Simon and Susan Vanessa, were in front of us. They waited on the unloading platform to see our faces getting off it. And we were just like, holy crap. If you look, I posted our ride photo of it from when we were there with Michelle. It must have been opening day, and Michelle's just got both arms, both legs stuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
give
so
me my
excited.
monsters.
Like, I wanted to hug them. I was so excited.
I don't think it. I enjoy it the more I ride it, like Gringotts, because I see it for what it is. But in no way, shape, or form will it ever be better than Monsters, in my opinion.
Agreed.
No, yeah, I agreed.
And his final one, this is an interesting one because I still haven't ridden this enough to actually make a decent decision. That is, yellow is better than green on Stardust races.
I can't remember which is which.
I think green's the slightly more intense, yellow is the slightly more balletic.
I like the green one better.
I've only ever done the yellow.
If the side by side,
I
left
don't
and
know.
right, let me have a look.
If I remember correctly, like I like
think
the
yellow's
green one.
the right-hand side, like going out of the load platform, and green is the left-hand side.
So yellow's the one where I lost my boobs.
I had no idea.
Probably, because like the thing I don't like about yellow, and maybe things like, I'm sorry, maybe people like it because of this, is like you said, it's more, you said balletic,
Yes.
right? Yeah, like those like hills that throw you up, I feel like it just kind of like rips you out of the seat uncomfortably. And yeah, did not like any of that. But the fast one was great.
Oh no, the yellow
Green.
track is the left side of the station, while the green is the right. All right. Got it
So the
wrong.
green's the one that we rode at night.
I don't remember.
Yes.
We rode green the day we rode it on opening day with
Yes.
Michelle and Audrey and Gillian and Ben and
that was
Aubrey.
yellow on the other side.
Yes, you're right. Well, yes, of course. It must have, of course it is. That Michelle, I don't know why I didn't even think of that, because I know you were on that side and you just said you haven't ridden green, so it had to be that side. Yeah, I think I prefer green then.
I'm trying to remember. I'm just looking at pictures to try and...
Why do you prefer green? Because you feel like it's more intense?
Yes.
Okay.
So green's the one that crosses over the top.
Oh, I haven't ridden it anywhere near enough to know that much.
No, I'm thinking. I don't know.
I mean, it's very minimal, the difference between the two anyway. But I need to ride them much and actually pay attention.
It's such a beautiful ride.
I mean, I adore that coaster so much.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the take? Yellow's better.
Yes.
Depends on what you want. Yellow's, I won't say smoother, but it's gentler slightly. But no, I think I'm going to go green. I'm pretty sure I've been saying green was my favourite.
Because I think the first time we rode yellow. I think
Yes,
we've
we
ridden
did.
yellow more times than we've ridden green at this
Is
point.
it 3 yellow, 2 green?
I don't know. I don't even know how many
Green's
times
the only
we've
one
ridden
we've ridden at night.
That
so
was
we're
with Chris and
front row.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
You and your wife.
Oh.
Which one did we ride right at the back? I don't remember. But yeah, green for me.
Okay. Back round to Christopher. Christopher, a
You're
number...
not choosing one?
No, I'm not bothered.
Okay.
Because I know what they are. So.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Chris, 1 to 14, not including 4, 7, or 13.
Give me 1.
You should be so lucky.
Ah.
This is from Denise Harrison. She says, I actually like Fast and Furious for its comedic value, and my trip would not be complete without seeing a giant dom hanging from a little helicopter. I agree.
Give me 2.
That is definitely a hot take, but Denise, I agree with you.
Oh,
It says the
God.
number 1 super fan of that ride.
I'm not the number one super fan.
I mean, for cap fit, I have to disagree with that because apart, as I've said a million times, aside from the pre-shows, no thanks.
And the queue. I prefer the queue.
Oh yeah, I like looking at cars.
Yeah. It's not a have to ride it every time.
I would.
No, man. It is like, let me ride it to refresh my memory of it. And now that's not even going to happen anymore. So
Yeah.
not really.
Nope.
not
Mine's
really
a ride
bothered.
it because I'm hot and want some AC for a minute.
No, we talked about this about 3 or 4 episodes ago. Oh, it was when we did our ultimate ride ranking, and Michelle was like, I would rather sit under an umbrella with a drink and a pretzel than stand for 10 minutes in line for Fast and Furious Supercharged.
That's true. That is true.
Which was the best quote from that episode ever. And I'm like, yeah, I suppose I probably would as well, to be fair.
She would rather watch one of the Harry Potter stage shows
Yeah,
than go ride
I'd
this
rather
ride.
watch the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, the Blues Brothers. Yeah,
Yes, yes. There you go.
twice.
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, the chance to be a guest host, birthday shoutouts on air, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uuop.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
Michelle, 1 to 14, excluding 1, 4, 7, and 13.
2.
Number 2 is from Adam Pagan. He said, here is my hottest take. Meant to be taken with several grains of salt. The 2010 to 2015 era of Universal Orlando Resort will never be matched. I will forever miss the pre-COVID and pre-Epic Mania days, seeing the Wizarding World finally coming to life on such a scale, dealing with the slightly to significantly less crowds and cost with less worry about missing out on certain ride during the trip. I wouldn't change anything, but this time frame is already nostalgic due to the many changes that have happened over the last 10 years.
Fair comment.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, and to add to that, I don't think it's a pre-COVID thing. I think it's a pre-social media thing and pre-influencer thing.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
think
an
influencers
interesting
have
point.
ruined and destroyed
I
theme park
agree.
culture and the ability to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's not even a hot take.
It's a difficult
that's a reality.
position for someone like me to be in because I not necessarily rely on them, but having vloggers going to the parks regularly helps me as someone who doesn't get to come over.
Vloggers are
often.
different to influencers.
Oh yeah.
Is that what so you're not you're talking about what, just random people doing
Yes.
stupid dances in front of ride things? Is that what we're talking about, Chris? Not
Vloggers serve
I'm
a
talking
purpose.
about the level that has gotten to, because even back then, right? And let's say 2015, there were a couple people that would go around your Tim trackers. You know, there was just a few people doing this. It wasn't every Joe Schmo going out there and recording, you know, hey, breaking news, Horror Nights is coming. Like, no. And then when you walk around the park, there's a camera everywhere. You also like, you have scalpers, right? That buy everything up, that don't allow you to enjoy. Like that, it was a different time altogether. And I think the advent of social media, and not even YouTube, but like your Instagram Reels and your TikTok, like that short form video really accelerated that, because you had your vloggers, right? Like Tracy had mentioned, your vloggers are spending a great deal of time filming, you know, writing scripts, doing editing, and putting out quality content. That I don't consider that like an influencer.
Okay.
I consider that like a source of information.
Yes. Okay.
You know, the other fallout that I'm talking about.
The ones that are literally just there trying to get followers. It's got nothing to do with giving information. It's just, look at me in the parks. Please like my content.
Right, just
Correct.
I know Michelle's going to know what I'm talking about here. It's not theme parks, but BTS touring at the moment. There are people who haven't been able to get tickets because they've all been snapped up. I saw it in London 2 weeks ago. There were people filming their reactions. Oh my God, oh, they're so good. And then turn around going, oh, what song is this? Oh, who's that?
Wow.
Because they're just there for the clout. And it's off. You should have to pass a test before you do anything like that.
Yeah,
and it's getting the
crazy.
same in the parks. What's the new big thing? They go for the clout. They couldn't give a shit about what it really is.
It's
And
like
they're taking
it's like
the experience away from those who really want to be there.
Exactly.
it's just clickbait articles
Yeah.
in a different format, right?
Yeah.
Like the things that like just annoy the hell out of me is, Trace, like you said, it's just people going out there to like every video that I see about any restaurant near me, I've never seen a bad review of anything. Why? They're all sponsored. They're all going to say the same exact thing, even though they don't believe that. And then also, like, on top of that, I think social media and these videos, right? Like, I will skip stuff on purpose because it ruins and takes away from the experience, right? There was something cool to be in the pass holder page back in the day when you had your Matt Korn running that, even prior to him. God, I can't remember her name, but that was a page like I would check 3 times a day because it was cool. You have people sharing information. You kind of worked for things. Oh, there's a secret entrance. Tell me about it. This. And then now you just have everybody going, here's your top 10 things to do over there in Universal. This is the full experience. Blah, blah, blah. And it just really doles out the effect of going on a trip. Not to mention, again, just if there's a new item that drops in the park, right? Like, I'll give you an example. Those Mickey waffles that are they're like sugar crusted Mickey waffles that are being served at some random Saratoga Springs restaurant that you can only get on a cruise ship or there.
Okay.
Like, every vlogger in the world went to that. And now the line just is maybe 100 people deep to get waffles at people staying at a resort, right? Because everybody's like, you got to go try these. So then everybody goes to try that. Whereas before it would maybe word of mouth, right? Like, your friend stayed there, like, hey, I stayed at Saratoga Springs. This is like really good waffles. You should go here and try. Like, oh, maybe on my next trip I'll do that, right? Not the whole world going, gotta go do that.
That's internet culture. You can't get away from it. You can't blame people for it. But you're right. It's like, but I also do agree that it is a pre-COVID thing. Like, pre-COVID, like, you look at the things that Universal have done. We talked about it at the time. Michelle, the episode that we did with you, me, Robin, and Seth, and Robert Niles, talking about who came out of COVID better, Disney or Universal. And Universal came out of COVID in a really good place.
They really did.
Like, really strong, because Universal used it as an excuse. Disney used it as an excuse to cut back on things to make money, whereas Universal were like, we know we've opened earlier, people are coming to us, people are getting off with Disney, so we're going to go to Universal and we need to bring those people in. So they, for that first year, really, I think it was Robert said it, they're still acting like a brand new company, even when they don't need to. So they've dragged all those people in, and then over the last 4 years, you're starting to see, and we've complained about it a lot recently. So the ride and dine package for Mardi Gras, we said for the longest time, it's like, I still can't believe that Universal do this for free. And Chris would every time would go, Lee, stop saying it because it won't be. And now we've got that. Express Now, all the rest of it, that's all this. I mean, they're just a couple of things. A lot of things that used to be free or inexpensive, now it's an expensive place to go. It's still simpler than going to Disney, but it's not as simple as it used to be. So I do agree that sort of 2010 to 2015 era was just overall, from, like you said, with an influencer perspective, and also from Universal being in a very different mindset with their guests, was a very different time than it is now.
I mean, it goes back to social media. When you have like 10 different influencers telling you, did you know about this secret trick you can do on Men in Black where you can sign your name in this book? And then that goes out to hundreds of thousands of people. And then now they take it away. Because before it was like, you go on The Mummy. Can I have a tour? Yeah, come back at 4. We'll do one. It was so easy. Try that now.
Not anymore.
We did that immigration tour in Men in Black before it was a thing. Just a team member friend of ours was like, hey, do you want to go down? And we were like, is that a thing you can do? He's like, oh yeah, I'll take you down. And it was like, what the hell's this? This is super cool.
Was the book there to sign?
We signed it.
Yeah.
Was there? Okay.
Yeah, and then we also we did an RIP tour, our first RIP tour in 2015. So whereas now that cash bar is in Fallon, it used to be downstairs in the immigration room at Men in Black. So we got to go down there as well, because like Darren was in his element that night.
We all were. It was really great.
Yeah.
I mean, look, going back just to one more quick thing on that. Like when we first started listening to the podcast, Alexa literally still has, it was a note on her iPhone that we would keep track, and we'd listen to episodes and get little tidbits. Oh no, it was good. It was like tidbits of information. We were putting together a list of all these tours and all these new items, right? Like anytime something new was discussed, like we'd put it to the list, and that made every trip we went on, and we were going very frequently, it'd make it a little bit different every time, right? And that felt very satisfying to go. You heard about it. Oh, I got to, try to incorporate this on the next year, try this new food item, blah, 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 blah. That was to me like a better experience, right? Because I heard about it, but I didn't see everything.
Okay.
I didn't get the input of all that, right? Like it was the way that, I say we now because I'm on the show, but the way you guys were doing that before, it was more of like almost like a scavenger hunt type thing. Like write this down. We're going to go try to find that, like goose juice and juice, moose juice,
That's what I was going to ask. So when you talk about vloggers and influence and stuff, do you count us in that?
God, I don't think we influence anybody.
I do not consider us influencers in that thing because
we're not vloggers.
No, but we're still putting content out there talking about all these things that people wouldn't necessarily know about if we weren't talking. I know it's already out there, but you know what I mean? When we started...
No, it's a gray area.
When we started doing this, there wasn't really... Like, we started this in 2007. There were no vloggers, really. We started really early on.
And what we do is not intrusive to anybody's, like... daytime enjoyment.
We're not we're not actually physically doing this in the park and getting in people's way.
We have. I'm not saying that we have or not. I just wondered whether you felt like the information that we're giving out there is the same as that. I guess but it's different. But like when we started it at the time, there wasn't anybody else doing what we were doing. So I
like to think that we're responsible with our information. It's not clickbaity crap.
I mean, I would like to say, and one of the things a lot of our listeners talk about is we're doing this from a fan perspective. We want to talk about this stuff and tell people about this stuff because we're fans and we're excited about it.
We love it. We want to share it. We want to make everybody else's vacation
Whereas we're not
better.
doing it to get clout or money or whatever it might be.
Money.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Lee. What do you think?
Do I think? No, because I want this to be something that people do to, yes, get information, but also, so one of the biggest things that I wanted this to be when we started it was, and it's the reason I found podcasts. When I'm not there, how can I be there?
Yeah.
How can I keep up on that information? Like, how can I just keep it in my day-to-day life? And listening to podcasts was what I filled my time with when we weren't in Orlando. And primarily at the time, it was Disney stuff because there wasn't anything out there. And so that's...
Not until us.
That's where this came from, of like, there isn't a Universal podcast out there. Well, just do one. And then you can control what it, I want one. Therefore, this, I said it before, I did this podcast for me because this is what I would want to listen. I wouldn't necessarily want to listen to myself, but you know what I mean? The content that we put out is the type of content that I would want to listen to.
It's like reading a newspaper. You're getting the information, right? But you're not having the experience ruined for you. Maybe I got to zone in a little bit more and say short form social media platforms have destroyed that culture, right? Because us telling you about, hey, we're doing an episode on some, secret things that, a lot of people don't know about, right? Somebody still has to go out there and has to like sit and listen. Like there's a level of energy and effort required on the listener's perspective to sit here and hear us talk and then want to incorporate that. Whereas, let's use TikTok as an example, because that is the largest social media platform right now. That you'll have somebody go on there, romanticize dog and then show you the entire experience to the point where I don't need to do any of this anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
And the only reason why me as a consumer or watcher of your product, I'm going out there so I can take a picture of said dog and put it on my Instagram to make let other people know that I went and did that. I think that whole culture is completely toxic. It has ruined experiences for a lot of people, and the theme parks in general. You can't. Like we talk about stuff on this show, like leading up to Horror Nights, for example, and there's like little things here and there, but I think we've gone to the point on like everything is spoiled before it even comes out, and that's not just theme parks, movies.
I hate that.
Like I have to literally not be online if I really want to watch a movie that I can't go that weekend for whatever reason. And like, it's impossible not to hear about. I think that's kind of ruined a lot of experiences that we enjoy as a general population.
Tracy and I have started doing it a lot recently, where we've started to watch movies that we haven't seen the trailer. We will not watch the trailer for. Like someone will go, so for example, a film called Dust Bunny we watched at the beginning of the year. I just heard someone at work said, have you seen Dust Bunny? No. And it's really cool. Told me Mads Mikkelsen's in it. I have no idea what it was about. All right, I'll get it. Watch it.
Brilliant.
Mental. Still not really sure what the hell we watched. But
loved it.
Like just watching movies, not knowing what they're about is such a breath
We've
of fresh
really been
air.
enjoying movies again, haven't we?
Yeah, it's awesome because you just, like you say, you know, if you watch one trailer, I'll be honest, I watched the Avengers Doomsday trailer today just because I'm actually quite looking forward to it.
Yes.
And I don't think it gave an awful lot away, but I will not watch another trailer for it. I have not watched a Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer yet.
Well, that's trailers is a whole different monster. Like Alexa will not even watch a full trailer anymore.
Yeah, because they're just
they give a 3-minute trailer that shows you the entire movie.
Because people need to know everything that's going on.
And it shows you the peak
everything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's apparently a modern thing where people don't like surprises. So they put everything in the trailer, so when people go to the cinema, they're not freaking out because like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming, and having meltdowns. And like, what? Is that where we're at nowadays?
Finding out that there is a whole generation of people who buy a book, read the last few pages, and then start the book. I'm horrified.
Yeah.
That's when I write Alexa's mom.
When I write my book...
I don't understand. Why would you...
Hang on. When I write my book, I am going to write a fake ending for the last 12 pages.
Brilliant.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Clever, yeah. So when people go and read the last chapter and then the actual end of the book is about 10 pages prior, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So everyone knows now.
Wow.
That's a really good idea. I like that. We should start
you
doing
should
that for the
probably bleep
podcast.
that out so nobody takes that idea.
Yeah, I might do actually. That's a really good idea.
Good. Cool. Thanks, I've just had it.
Yeah, that's what I love about these hot takes episodes. It's not so much about the hot take, the unpopular opinion. It's the conversation we have around it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't come off smug. Like I'm not trying to be smug.
No,
at all.
I don't think so.
It's my opinion. It's gotten bad. But I agree with what he's saying. Like I think that 2010s era of theme parks,
about it. Yeah.
Something so special. Yeah. Like the trips were just different. Not to say they haven't gotten better with the progress the parks have done. They've done it, but yeah, it's a different time. Especially
when you look at that 2010 to 2015 is when Universal really started to put itself on the map as well.
Yeah, that's when they started to know who they were. The
opening of Hogsmeade leading up to the opening of Diagon Alley, that's when they cemented we're here and we're big players in town.
Who was on them at the time?
It had been Comcast at the time, I think.
Oh, is that when they sold off the land and all that to get the money to... Yeah. I think it was around the 2010. Yep.
Cool. Right. Thank you, everyone who sent in your unpopular opinions and hot takes. We're going to leave now because we need to get Michelle to bed, bless her.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next one, though. Yes. I enjoy these.
We're going to do some more in a minute for the bonus episode for the Producers Club. Yeah, I just suddenly thought of that because you need to pick one. You haven't... Michelle picked the last one, didn't she?
Okay. I'll wake Michelle up now.
I don't know. She's asleep.
She's awake.
Right, that is going to wrap up another episode of the podcast. If you are heading to Epic Universe soon, don't forget to try any of the cones at Isle of Burke and send your recordings, rating each one out of 5 for which cone makes you moan, and send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And we'll be back next week to catch up on the news. See ya.
That's the end of another stellar episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, the children of the night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear Halloween Horror Nights podcast. The theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info. The Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando Food Podcast. Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. The unofficial Universal United Kingdom podcast. Big Dumb Stuff, our comedy, pop culture, and themed entertainment podcast. Theme Park Throwdown, a weekly battle between your favorite theme parks. And the Fudge Factor YouTube channel, helping you plan your best Universal Orlando vacation. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.